Righto, today we're just having a quick look at the IC703. We looked at an FT817 this morning and I thought, well, what better idea than to have a look at the 703. Much bigger radio. And, oh my god, I know who that is. Okay, let's talk about the radio. I just realised the signal I tuned onto. Anyway, all good. It's a good signal to show the receiver, which is great. The IC703, basically, great little radio. 10 watts from memory, and if I just come off that frequency for a minute, the nice feature I liked about them, hit the tune button, bang, look, there you go, tuned, done. Doesn't hurt that we're on a 40 meter beam, I suppose, but there you go. But let's try and do something impossible. Let's take my 40 meter beam. Oh, I tuned it to 10 megs to 30 meters. Yeah, I don't think that'll be overly efficient there. Tuned to 20 meters. Yeah, finds a tune. Amazing. Wouldn't be very efficient there. And back to tune to... Here we go. Look, I suppose I do like these, and I'll tell you why. I came from a 706 to a 7000, so I'm very, very used to having a play with. There's sort of not too many menu functions that you don't remember on these. They were fairly simple in the fact you just toggled through, and you could just set up whatever you wanted. Memory pad, scan functions you can just set, VFO memory, just your band selector there. So there's a little, a few bits and pieces. Was it you held it for a second? Yes. And then you got into your second level menus as such, and you change your filters. Of course, you've got to have the narrow filter in for that, don't you? Let's have a look. Yep, that's it. So then you come back out of that into the next one. And back to the last one. Okay, so what do they do? Let's not talk over the top of this guy. He may not be very happy about it. 1 2, hello 1 2. Now we are on SWR or COM. Let's have a look. Oh yes, we're on SWR. Okay, so you're not going to get a lot of meter movement there. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello. But over here you'll see hello 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So 8 9, probably 10 watts. But let's go back in. And just say to ourselves, got to find it now. You're going to be testing me on this one. I think I've got to hold it for a second. Meter. And the meter we can then turn to ALC, SWR. That becomes just power there. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So you can change your meter function very easily. So if I want to go back to SWR and I want to keep an eye on my SWR, 1 2 3 4 5. So clearly 1 to 1 SWR, which is great. And if I take the antenna tuner off, that shouldn't change too much. Hello 1 2. No, because the antenna's tuned by my HF Auto. But yes, you can see how you can just change your meter. Well, sorry, and the other function being 1 2 1 2 1 2. Did I actually change that? My eyesight's getting bad. ALC was the one I wanted to go to, sorry. 1 2 1 2. Hello test 1 2 3 4 5. At the moment this has got compression turned on, which you can tell with the COM there, and you can change your AGC functions, etc. Now keep in mind, now have a guess where this radio came from. Here's the memory channels. There's not one amateur radio. Look at this. Oh, this is good. I'm not even going to blame the person in any way, shape or form. He's a good mate of mine, but Jesus. Well, if anybody's looking for a good CB radio, I suppose they meet the power requirement. So there's memory. That was quite a shock to me, I must admit. No big deal. Look, quite seriously, the number of sets now that... let me just switch over to... hang on, I'm just going to go to dummy load for a minute. Okay, just on the dummy load. I'm doing it for a reason, because I want to test this. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. All right, hang on, I'm just going to come off dummy load. Okay, back off dummy load. I just my point was this radio obviously has been opened up from 0 to 30 megs. I don't know what gave it away. The memory channels from 1 to 40 or anyway. All good. Look, and just on that, let me just turn this incredibly good signal but interesting person. I'm going to turn him down for a minute. I'm not even going to comment. I'm saying nothing. No way. I'm not getting into that one. Okay. What was I going to comment on? The receiver? No. Transmitter? No. Oh, something I was going to mention. God. Oh, you know what? I got a bit caught out by the fact that I can't believe that this... Who's he talking to? Don't know. Still trying to remember... Oh yeah, noise blanket there. Filter must be only if you've got the narrow filter fitted. Might even have one of those, I don't know. Now, I was going to go through a couple of the other controls. There's a shift on here. So if you're running QRP and you're sitting on top of a hill, you need to hear everything you can. Sometimes, maybe just enough to get yourself, out of trouble. Vox, there's your compression control, by the way. So it's in your menu 4, so you can turn your compression on and off. I would leave it on. AGC function. Actually, I prefer slow AGC on mine, and I've got to say that one of the things about the 703s and that is that, I'm using it on a bench here. I'm using it in with a great big beam antenna up at a humongous height. Now, if you're running in a noisy environment and you're on top of a hill, low power, well, probably fast AGC is the way to go, just to sort of try and pick up, in between noise if you're getting static crashes, etc. Just trying to remember if there's anything else that really, is going to be needed for you to know. No, the rest is pretty simple, to be fair. So basically, obviously, mode changes here. All the similar modes to any other radio there. Hold it for a second to get to upper sideband. Hold it for a second to get to low sideband. But it will always choose the dominant band TS. So if you want to just go in the hundreds of cycles versus one excuse me, 1 kilohertz hits. And once you go to 1 kilohertz hits, it will zero out the area there. Okay, sorry. Let me tell you, Sam brought in Vegemite and cheese toasties, cup of tea. So that's if it seemed like I took a break for a second, that's what it was. Still don't believe who's on frequency. Okay. The other thing too, preamp. Hold it for a second. Attenuation. Quite a good attenuator when you look at it. That particular New South Wales ham, I can take him down to 0. Then that's with preamp off but attenuator off. And then that peaks him up with the preamp on. So certainly pretty good there. So really, I like excuse me, the 703 over the 817 for one reason. I'm going blind. My glasses are needed for just about everything these days. The 817. Turning me a bit. 817 is just getting a little bit too small. Now I'm wondering if Ron. I wonder. QRP. I wonder. He won't hear me, I don't think. 10 watts. Excuse me. Oh, come on, guys. That's VK5 NBQ in Lobethal. Hello, 1, 2. Well, it's transmitting. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. VK3 Charlie Mike. Someone heard me under there. Tell you what, this will shock the hell out of them. Me on 10 watts. My God. I normally run my amp, sort of at 399 watts, of course. Don't say anything. All right. Oh, come on, Brian. At least I can tell him we've got him on video. Oh. This is the only person on the planet that can talk more than me. Oh, good on you. 3 Charlie Mike QRP. Someone will hear me, hopefully. Someone who's not hearing Brian, maybe. I'll just pause for a sec. I think he's about to finish. This has been another 2 minutes. This video to go for 20 minutes. Hopefully we get through. VK3 Charlie Mike QRP. VK3 Charlie Mike QRP. Nah. That's Ron. Now, to be fair, Ron's on the other side of a hill over in Wodonga. So, VK3 Charlie Mike QRP. IC703 10 watts QRP. Hey, good, Brian. Just running an Icom IC703, just doing a video on it. Just running 10 watts of power, 9 to 10 watts of power, and the antenna's down on the ground just about at the moment, so I thought I'll be interested to see if I get through to you. Go ahead.
That's pretty damn good, Brenton. Sounds good, and plenty of bite with it. I don't suppose Ron can hear you, but you probably can't hear Ron. So, yeah, no, you're pretty good there, Brenton, over.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Excellent. And thanks very much to the other signal down in Tassie. I'm going to come back on the other radio. I'll finish up this video. But, Brian, you're on one of my my YouTube video, YouTube channel videos now. So I've got to get you to sign forms, disclaimers, insurance issues, you know. Not really. All right. I'll be back on the real radio in a second.
Yeah, okay, Brenton. You're 5 and 9.
Well, that's good.
So,
just shows you what, 10 watts. And keep in mind, my beam is down on the ground at the moment, just about. All right. We'll finish up this video. Nice to show you an Icom IC703, personal favourite of mine, 73s from VK3, Charlie Mike.